Okay, question 13. Paul plans to have a rectangular garden adjacent to his garage. He will use 36 feet of fence to enclose 3 sides of the garden. The area of the garden in square feet can be modeled by the function f of w equals w times the quantity 36 minus 2w, where w is the width in feet. On the set of axes below, sketch the graph of f of w. So the first thing is, even though we're using w on paper, when I go to my graphing calculator, I'm going to use x. So let's put this function in a graph page on our calculator. So home screen, new dot, say no, and add a graph page. So our function, we're going to start with x. Now, the most important thing, since I have x in front of parentheses, I need a times symbol here. The calculator does not understand. Now, we do parentheses 36 minus 2x. Remember, if we're using x, we can't have any other variable besides y in an equation for the calculator. Now, here's our equation. When I graph it, this looks like a line. But if we adjust our window, I promise you, this is a quadratic function because we've got x times x, which gives us x squared. So let's look at our picture on the paper and determine what our axes should be. So notice they're writing by 2's, but they're counting by 1's. So our x-axis should go from 0 to 20. The y's are counting by 10's, and that should go all the way up to 200. So for a custom window, menu 4, 1. Our x-min is 0, our x-max is 20, and we can count by 1's. Our y-min is 0, our y-max is 200, and we can count by 10's. Now notice that's a parabola. So we can get all our points, menu, 5, 3, set our trace step to 1 because we want our x's counting by 1's. Then when I do menu 5, 1, I do a graph trace. So I start at the origin, 0, 0, and then I'm going to go up to 390. Then we'll take 5, 130. Now, if you wanted another point, you could put in 8, 160, but really what I want is the max, 9, 162. This is definitely the most important point on our graph. Now, once I have those points plotted and labeled, I just want to find their twins on the other side. So there's a point that goes with 5, there's a point that goes with 3, and there's a point that goes with the origin. The vertex is the only point that stands alone. So 13 goes with 130. So then 15 goes with 90, and 18 goes with 0. So all of these points, by using graph trace, I see exactly where to plot them on my paper to make sure I make a really good graph. So this is my graph with all points labeled, especially the vertex. And I did also label with the equation of the graph. So my next step is to explain the meaning of the vertex in context of the problem. Remember, we're talking about width and we're talking about area. So my explanation is going to be, so our statement says when the width is 9, the x-coordinate, the garden reaches its maximum area of 162 square feet. So if I look at my parabola, the highest point for area measurement is 162 square feet, and that occurs when the width is 9. And that's full credit for question number 13.